YouTube family, my name is Elysia English and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working in the pantry/laundry room. I want to have the card above for you for our kitchen reveal because we are working on transitioning everything now into this pantry dreamy laundry space. We never had a laundry room before at the old house, just a dungeony basement, and we didn't have a spot in the kitchen where food could actually be stored because we had an incredibly small kitchen. And so we are so excited that we are going to have so much storage, almost too much storage in this space to get us started having our dream Pinterest-worthy pantry laundry room. But today what I want to do is a little bit unconventional because I want to hide our chest freezer. Chest freezers aren't the most glamorous things. They're kind of like microwaves. You need them, but they don't really look good. And I just want to not have it as a focal point in the pantry room. And I think if I don't do the idea that I have, I'm going to look back and regret that I didn't just do it. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you follow all the safety precautions that are found in the instruction manuals or the manufacturer guides for your specific chest freezer. So if you decide to copy this idea, please look at the information that you need specifically for your product. So I know that if I'm going to do my idea of encasing in and making a hidden freezer, that I need to leave proper airflow circulation to have the safety for this model. So I'm leaving space on all sides, and I'm going to have a hinge top countertop that I'll be able to access the freezer easily and have cupboards on the front to completely make this look like our same cabinetry that we built in the kitchen. That is the same cabinetry we're doing on the lower sections here in the pantry room. I'm excited. Let's get started.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on my fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just want to go my own way, gonna let the past burn down, cause honestly don't want to be stuck in boring conversations with you. I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now.
So as mentioned in one of our previous videos, one of the ways that I wanted to tie the kitchen in with the pantry/laundry room was that I was going to keep a few similar elements to just make sure that everything looked cohesive from one space to the other. There's a little baby bee on top of the camera lens. That's so cute.
I wish I could film it.
Check out our YouTube family. And so what I wanted to do was keep the countertops as absolutely identical as I possibly could. And since we're doing these projects on a budget, that meant that I was going to look around for some countertops that would look like the higher end ones we put in the kitchen to make that extended side island and do something a little more budget friendly in the pantry room. And so IKEA sells countertops, and we actually had these same countertops in an IKEA kitchen that was installed in our old house back in Ontario. And after 4 years, I believe, we lived there having this kitchen, there was not one ding, not one stain, not one anything, and we were really thankful that these $100 a piece countertops lasted so long. And so we have these for the pantry, which you saw me put above the laundry counter and to the left of where we're working to build in this hidden freezer space. And so I'm going to cut another one now to be able to put a counter on top of that freezer, which will eventually hinge so that you can access the freezer and shh, nobody's gonna know there's a freezer there. How will they know?
How will they know?
Okay, so I want to measure it. I need a 40-inch piece. So even though these countertops are super inexpensive, they actually come with a piece that's the trim edge. So when you do have to make a cut, if you'll have an exposed side, you can glue on, or I forget exactly how you're supposed to put them on, the piece that will cap it in so you don't have exposed edges. When we ordered the larger piece of countertop for the kitchen space, we had to buy the piece additionally, and we're still actually waiting for the one end cap to come in. But it was costly, like a significant amount compared to what you would think for a little trim end piece. So this is nice. This kind of comes with everything. So I want to line this up perfectly to fit the top. When we've cut countertops previously, you saw it do us in our camper series, and we did it in the kitchen. We used some painter's tape to wrap around the line that we're going to be using with the saw. It helped to keep less of the chipping, and it worked really good the last couple times, so we're going to do it again.
cutting this countertop was a lot better because the other countertop had a lip on it.
Yeah, the other one had like that, like a little nose cap on the top, and it was. We had to round the saw. Yeah, the cut looked clean at the end, but it was harder. These ones are just flat, and I actually really like the more like streamlined look. I didn't really want that top cap on the laminate ones we did on the back part of the kitchen, so I was kind of bummed when it came with that, and then I thought, no, I can live with it. Now I'm glad we have it, but at that moment it was like, oh, that's
it wouldn't
not what
work
we
for
thought.
this one though. The cap, you could for the hidden.
No, for the hidden freezer it wouldn't work. You're right. So we want to keep a lot of the original integrity of the house, like the tin walls that we had in the hallway. And then they had this original wainscoting around the bottom of this room, which is vertical, which kind of goes with the new trend of vertical shiplap anyways. So we emulated that by doing a little bit of sort of a shiplap faux backsplash here, since this isn't really going to be a splashing area in the pantry. But we want to put on some of the original trim that we popped off to be able to repair some of the holes that were in the wall. These are going to get restored, so they're going to look a lot better in the end, but let's get some of these back on and some of the trim that we popped off along the baseboards. Now that I have the basic framework for what I need for our built-in freezer chest, I'm excited because now I can kind of see a little bit of my idea come into fruition. I know I'm going to have some doors built that are going to be the same shaker style as the kitchen. They're going to be the same as the lowers to my left and right here. And so it's going to look just the same as the other cabinetry here. The only difference is that I'm not going to have a toe kick. And that is because, well, sometimes appliances over the years, they wear out. And I want to be able to make sure that if anything ever happens to our freezer, that I can just take off this bottom rail and this one little top rail and then be able to remove the freezer and replace it with the same size. So that was my thought process, and not having an actual like drawer runner or something on the bottom and really encasing it in super permanently, although it's going to look like it's permanently in place. Which is also why I use the brad nails instead of doing the glue with the pocket hole screws. This isn't going to have a lot of wear and tear, just the lid's going to be opening and shutting. So I think it's going to hold up and be durable, but still have that function of removing something if we need to replace the freezer ever down the road. So let me know what you think. Envision the doors. We're going to be working on them this week. I think it's going to really work for what we want it to. So thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you on tomorrow's episode.